Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. Today me and my two friends will explain about assessment in learning English in elementary school. Before that, let me introduce myself and my two friends. Okay, my name is Qurrota A'yun and my two friends is Indri Salsabila and Azzahra Salma Nabila.
Definition of learning assessment. Assessment, which in English is called assessment, contains the meaning of estimation or assessment of circumstance, burdens or burdens. Assessment in terms of learning is an assessment effort to measure success or failure, a learning process as well as feedback for teacher and students.
Okay, principle of assessment of learning English. 1. Assessment must be seen based on the principle of student-centered learning. Based on the view, student participation and involvement must allow change in learning, including internalization of each individual child of the language used first to communicate with others. 2. Assessment must support the teaching and learning process. The result of the assessment must be able to help the teacher plan future learning activities. The result of the assessment must be able to provide information regarding the evaluation and improvement of the learning process. 3. Assessment is not just testing. Assessment is not only in the form of testing, but can also be done in other ways such as through portfolio assessment, performance evaluation, and self-assessment. 4. Assessment must be in line with learning. Assessment must be based on what has been learned, as well as using assessment activities known to students every day. For example, if during a learning activity you have never done a role-play activity, don't use that activity in the assessment. Assessment must also be interactive by ensuring the emergence of speaking activities in assessing this core skill. This means that even if the test or reading skill is tested, the speaking skill must be raised. 5. Teacher and student must understand the objective and problem in assessment. This is important because no matter how strong you want to change the understanding that assessment must be in line with the development of the current paradigm. Without the support of the student and parents, change is less likely to occur. Teacher and student must be aware that learning is not merely adding information to the cognitive aspect individuality, but also the affective, psychomotor, social, emotional, moral, and other aspects that are social acquire, such as talk, games, project, assessment, and the like.
The next slide is formal assessment of English. A formal approach in assessment using data collection tools in the form of tests, such as multiple choice, match, true, false, filling in blank in the text, completing, or cause and effect. The data obtained is usually in the form of number. In scoring, if the answer is correct, students are given a score of 1 and 0 if wrong. The number will be processed quantitatively and reported as number. Below are some assessment of test technique in English subject which include an example of a formal assessment in English is on my left. For a matching is, this type of test contains two columns. The first column on the left usually contains statements related to the definition or description of an object, state, or concept, while on the right contains the object, state, or concept described. Examples are in my left. Examples are on my left.
Informal English assessment. The informal approach contains evidence collected by the teacher in the classroom continuously to measure the progress of students in mastering the skills and material taught to be used as input to teachers, students, and parents of students. Each student is only compared to their previous learning achievement and not compared to other students. This type of assessment information is obtained from qualitative data such as writing, drawing, clipping, or other student works. The first, portfolio. A portfolio is a collection of student works that is collected for a specific purpose to show the teacher and student business, progress or achievement in one or more fields. Portfolio assessment aim to, first, monitor students' daily progress and encourage them to reflect on their own learning activities. This assessment is student-centered and can function either as a diagnostic or formative assessment. Second, making proof of formal learning outcomes assessment that includes records of students' progress from the beginning to the end of the semester. The second is performance. Put simply, performance appraisal can be defined as assessment performed when students demonstrate certain skills or competencies in meaningful, authentic contexts. Performance appraisal can be in form of 1. Oral assessment, 2. Assessment of reading skills, 3. Writing skills assessment, 4. Role-playing, 5. Interview, or 6. Anecdotal notes. We can see the example next to me. There are several aspects that can be assessed. 1. Comprehension, 2. Fluency, 3. Pronunciation, 4. Vocabulary, 5. Grammar. For example, the book is pronounced book. The bag is pronounced bag. Grammar considers the accuracy of the spoken sentence. For example, the use of to be as in. There is a book, or there are books. Of the use of articles such as in I have an apple or my brother studies at a university. The range of numbers used can be a scale of 5 such as very good, good, medium, bad, very ugly, as illustrated below. The conclusion: evaluation is systematic effort by the teacher to make decision on the learning process that he has done. Assessment is a systematic effort to gather information on the learning process by teachers and students. Formal assessments are carried out massively and simultaneously using data collection tools such as standardized tests, while informal assessment is the assessment conducted by the teacher during the learning activities take place, whether the portfolio assessment, performance, and other similar assessment. The assessment result must be administered properly, and the result can be used as input for teachers, students, and parents. The teacher can provide corrective, evaluative, or strategic input. That's all the explanation that was delivered by our group. If there are mistakes, we apologize. Thank you for seeing and listening to our presentation. I'm Azzahra Salma Nabila, and 2 of my friends, Qurrota A'yun and Indri Salsabila, have left. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.